Hey everyone, this is Josh from Wild Coast Bookings, and I think we're all very much aware of kind of where we are here, day one of 21. A lot of industries that have been heavily impacted by this outbreak and this global pandemic. So, one of the major ones is obviously the industry I'm in, being tourism and hospitality. And in times like this, sometimes it really gives you the space to think about how to get those creative juices going again, because, well, frankly, you don't really have a choice. So my challenge to all the entrepreneurs out there today is 21 ideas in 21 days. If you've ever had a concept, a plan you've been throwing around, something you've never really wanted to pursue because you weren't too sure, you've got 21 days. Figure it out, do the numbers, see if there's something there. You never know what might be there for you when this whole thing is kind of said and done, when it all ends. So I'll put my money where my mouth is. What I'll be doing for the next 21 days and sharing that with you is I'll be dropping the B from Wild Coast Bookings and I'll be adding a C. So for now, until further notice, we will be known as Wild Coast Cookings, and I will be doing 21 recipes in 21 days. I'll be showing you how to do it, and we'll be doing it thrifty. The idea is to show you how to make really rad meals with the cheap ingredients you now probably would have stocked up on. So why don't you come back and join me in the kitchen, crack yourself a cold one, and join me on this journey with Wild Coast Cookings. Come see what's on the menu. Alright, so welcome to our kitchen. I'm Josh. This will be the first of 21 recipes in 21 days under the new brand Wild Coast Cookings. Okay, so our first one, what we're going to do is we're going to make a little boozy beer bread. Rumor has it there's a lot of you out there that have already gone through the majority of your stash for our 21-day lockdown. So I'm sure there's probably a few that are hesitant to actually put booze in the food instead of in your body. But what we're going to do is we're going to make a really nice boozy beer bread. We're going to mix it up a little bit, roll it up, cut it into pieces that are going to bake individually. We're going to roast some veg, add some bacon and stuff to that. Hopefully it comes out great. But the idea is to try and work with cheap ingredients that you've already got in the house, since a lot of you went out and panic bought. Now, I didn't panic buy, except for a lot of beers, and like a lot of you, I did go through a few of them last night. However, what we're going to work with now is we're going to work with a little lager out of Durban called Durban Poison. It is a cannabis-infused lager. I'm not entirely sure how buzzy you get from that. I can't say that I did last night, but given this current circumstances, I think any more buzz that we can get in the next couple of weeks, I'm all the better for it anyway. So I've just got some self-raising flour here. Generally, you put like a beer to about, say, half a kilo or something. So don't put in too much. And then I'm not really going to mess around and do kind of stuff here. Let me just grab a wooden spoon quickly. So I'm just going to smack it into a bowl. I've got a little bit of salt here, a little bit of sugar. That just kind of helps the yeast in the beer sort of react and it'll rise. Pretty good. Okay, so for some of you out there raising your eyebrows thinking that this is sacrilege, trust me, beer when making a bread goes really, really good. So all I'm going to do is give this a little stir up. You can kind of see it's starting to sort of blend up already. And the idea is as long as there's no more flour left on the sides of the bowl and it sticks all together, it does good. So I will continue with this and catch up with you in a second. The oven's on. We're going to start roasting up some veg soon, but I'll be showing you exactly what we're going to work with. So we'll see you now. Okay, so I like the way that this dough's kind of come together. Thought I might as well show you finish it anyway. Okay. So last little final knead here. Now the idea is to kind of use the heel of your hand, as they call it. Just getting that dough and the gluten to kind of get nice and elastic. For those of you who are the murring about your boss making you take your unpaid leave, you can work out some of your frustrations. So yeah, a good way to do it. Really fun to play around with, and I'm now quite happy with the way that's turned out. Should feel like a nice firm backside. Feels pretty good to me. So we'll put that in the bowl, we'll let it rise, and now we'll get to the veg. Okay, so while our dough is busy rising, and always a good place to kind of put it somewhere nice and warm and humid. They say put a damp cloth on top. I don't really know why, we just do it anyway. So I'm going to get on to roasting some veg now. What we've got is some onion, I've got some mushrooms, a green pepper, some garlic, and I don't know if you can see this, but that's a Vienna, right? So I'm not going to roast this, but you remember how I said I didn't panic buy? Well, I walked past a special with a pack of 48 Viennas, and for a household that doesn't really eat Viennas that much, I guess I did panic. And we're certainly not going to say what brand they are, but they're kind of dog foodish, if I can say that. So I guess we're going to try and see if we can sex up the flavor a little bit here and make it taste rad. So once we put all the stuff together in the dough, I'm going to slice up some of these, put it on the one side, and then we're going to use bacon on the other in case that doesn't come out so rad, because anything by now should have snapped. I'm a little concerned about what's in here, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to start chopping up some of this veg. I'm sure you guys aren't too interested in watching me chop it all up. So I'll get to this and we'll catch up with you shortly. Okay, so what we've got in here is we've got some nice, beautiful caramelized onions that we've just put in the bacon fat. So that's pretty good. We've got our bacon that's in here. And then of course we're just getting some of our veggies ready for our nice little roasting tray here. Or maybe you should listen to some music while I'm doing this. Oh, we'll play some for you. Okay, so our roast veg is ready to go in the oven. I've just put some fresh herbs on there with some rosemary. Oven's on at 180 degrees. That in there. That's all done. That's going to take, I don't know, 15-20 minutes now because it's nicely small chopped. So while we're waiting for the dough to rise, you might as well get yourself a beer. If you've got kids, go outside and do something fun. So G, you want to go skateboarding? Okay, well come, let's go. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, cool, let's go. Go skating or what?
Yes.
Come on. Okay, let's go. Go, 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 go.
But now, I really don't know. And then you told me how bad you had to suffer. Is that really all you had to offer?
Okay, so I've taken the dough out already. Came out great. I've just flattened it here slightly to save us some time. And all I'm doing is I'm kind of going to flatten this thing out because the idea is I'm going to put some fillings in and we're actually going to roll it up. Create kind of like a Swiss roll effect almost. So you can use a rolling pin, you're more than welcome to. I just prefer to kind of push it out using my fingers because this is not by any means supposed to be perfect. I'm not a television chef. I'm certainly not classically trained. I have been in the restaurant game for a very, very long time. I'm passionate about food. And frankly, I'm not entirely sure how well this is going to work, if I'm completely honest. So we're in this together. I appreciate you dialing in to kind of see what's happening. So we're getting there now. I reckon that's probably where I want it, I suppose. Okay, so what we said is we've got some of that delicious Vienna sausage. Okay, we've got some spring onion here, our roast veg. I've got the bacon and onion. So I think we'll start with some onion. And this is kind of, for any of you who like making homemade pizza, it's the same sort of thing. You just put all your toppings on, try and spread it around nice and evenly. Okay, something like that. Then we'll put in this roast veg here, and all I've done is I've got some green peppers, roasted some garlic, some nice big brown mushrooms, and I put a couple of sprigs of rosemary in there as well. I reckon it'll work a treat. So just spreading this around here nicely. Okay, now decisions, because it's Vienna time. So, I don't know, man. Okay, so I reckon we'll go a little bit of Vienna's on the left. Wife excited about that in the background. Okay, we'll go bacon on the right. Okay, and then I've got some little pieces of roast garlic that'll be nice little tasty treats when you find them. So I am going to put some cheese in here. Well, not in, sorry, should I say. I'm going to put some cheese on. So let's see where we're at here. Okay. I reckon that's what we'll do. Okay, so we've got our little sausage here. Let's kind of see. We're going to slice it up to little slices like that. Okay, I'll do the rest in a bit, but what I'll show you what I've done here is I've basically used the exact same tray I roasted the veg in, which means there's still a bit of flavor, there's a little bit of olive oil on there, and all I've done is I've just rubbed some butter, and you'll see it's kind of layered in here, so we'll lay these little wheels down just like that on their side, leaving some space obviously for it to be able to rise. Let's cut one more here. Okay, so here's the idea. That's pretty much what they look like. I'll continue here and I'll show you what the finished product looks like when it comes out the oven, and hopefully we'll be good to graze. See you down. Alright, welcome back. So we've just taken them out the oven, and I'm really stoked the way those have come out. Really stoked. So what we'll do here is just got a little board, since we're going to make it look nice and smart, and we are quite eager to get stuck into these. Not entirely sure what we're going to call them just yet, just so it's a little chefy. And there you have it. Our boozy beer bread cartwheel thingies, really. You can have it with whatever you like. We're going to have it with a little bit of guacamole, and I'm certainly going to pair this with a delicious Durban poison. Thank you for joining us on day one, recipe one. Hope you're all having a lovely day with family, and we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. I'm going to now go and spend some time with mine. Cheers.